Hello and welcome to episode 1 of my Archipelago assisted randomizer. So, we'll be starting with Factorio on Monday, and because we never actually went through it during the setup, we're going to very quickly show you on each individual game how to connect to your player. So, the player on this one is actually associated directly with a dedicated server, which we've already set up and running, so all we actually need to do is connect to an address, and we just want to be connecting to localhost. And that's it. Job done. Okay, now let's see if we received one wood. It did work. Okay, so by default you do start with a burner and a stone furnace, but we basically changed the setting from the randomizer so that we start with an additional wood rather than 19 extra burner mining drills and stone furnaces. I don't like using burner mining drills for any length of time, so generally speaking I will always get rid of them as soon as possible and convert them to electric, because they will consume the valuable coal that we need for power. So, we may as well collect all of this first. We're not going to look at the research tree just yet. We wouldn't be able to tell exactly what's on it. But since we can't do anything with it, then it's not going to be that big of a deal. What we will do, once we've grabbed all of this... Okay, so this is a little bit better. We actually have trees nearby. When I did my test world, we did not have trees nearby, which was problematic for a start, because then you can't build chests. Okay, we need a chest sooner rather than later, so let's get this first and we'll start doing potentially clever things later once we can make something to store things in. Okay, should be enough. Nice. Okay, let me just throw that on there for now. Throw the fuel in. Next thing we're going to need is some stone. Actually, we should focus on copper, I think, next. We'll knock down some of these because we'll get a nice healthy amount of stone from them, which will get us a few extra furnaces. Okay, what do we need to make these? I know we can get it to craft our inventory, but I think we'd need this for that. Okay, so we just need iron plates. Should be enough for another drill. Let's have a look at our mini-map, kind of the main map. Okay, so we have extra copper up here. We have a nice large patch of iron. Place this down here for now. We can worry about specific specific places for things at a later date. So yeah, the plan for today's episode is going to be to try and get to the point where we can actually start doing research. So getting power up and running sooner rather than later is going to be helpful. We do need to expand just basic resource collection as quickly as we can. So we'll probably get 2, maybe 3 burner drills on the iron and the copper. Can I change that into allowing me to craft from it? I forget. That may be a satisfactory thing. But I thought it was possible. Yeah, it may be a satisfactory thing. Okay, let's get that down. Get that down. I forget the button to just sweep. Take the contents of this. It has been a while since I've played. Controls. Mine, build, ghost, pipette, rotates, reverse rotates, pick up objects off the ground is F. There's a way to just pick up objects straight out of a machine. Okay, it's control click. Iron going. Connect some more while we're waiting. I think belts are going to need... Belts might only need iron. We may not need any copper for the short term, just to get some basic automation going. Let's remind ourselves. Belts just need iron plates, okay. So let's just expand our iron production. And then our coal production. Let's do this the fun way. That is, let's make them face each other. Because now they can supply each other. Which is a trick I didn't know you could do. Because I know for a fact I've tried multiple times to get these to feed directly into stone furnaces and it doesn't work. Speaking of stone furnaces. We are going to need more of them. I shouldn't have put quite so much coal into these two for the time being. They're going to feed each other, so we don't need to worry about that. I would like to only feed these like 10 apiece. There we go. And then we can give these 20 apiece. Have that. Right, so the boilers just need iron. None of this actually currently needs copper, so we can get onto that pretty quickly. But I think, yeah, this is where we're going to start needing copper from. Let's have a look at how we've got this. This map is pretty zoomed in at the minute. I think we'll build the power plant here so that we can use this for basic processing. Okay, while we're waiting for all of that, let's start getting some copper. We're not going to need much of it. That was unfortuitous timing. There we go. That is kind of a good or nice way that it works. Okay, let's get one of those for the copper. Can we put another one? Yeah, and one of those for stone. Just so that we have a supply coming. And again, we'll feed it 20 in there, 20 in there. Right, let me try and remember the requirements for this. So that pumps... I vaguely think it's something like 1 pump to 3 boilers to 6 engines. But I need to remind myself of this. So it pumps 1,200 water. Okay, I'm way off. That is per second. Per second. Consumption is 60 per second. So we can feed 20 off of 1 pump. This will produce an output of 60 steam. And these consume 30, yeah. So I was right on this count. It's 2 of these for every 1 of these. Okay, throw them there. Just get things running. Okay, so we need 1 of them, 1 of them, 1 of them. I don't think that's quite bright enough, but it's close enough to the usual colour I use. Anyway, so we want 1 of these here. Actually, let's put these on this side, because I'm going to want on t'other side. Can I do this from here? Remembering how this interface all works. Right. I forget, can I craft an upgraded tool immediately? No, but we can get some light body armor and we should. Auto equip's good. It's going to need power, those are resources, we're not too worried about those. Don't need repair packs at the minute, but we will do. Probably get a radar up as well, because I don't know whether or not there are biters. Or whether the randomizer removes them. I'm hoping the randomizer doesn't remove them. Okay, I don't think this actually uses power, does it? Okay. Water goes in, steam comes out. Doesn't really line up as nicely as I'd like it to. We're going to need some pipes. Ah, that's not the one we wanted. It's a right mouse button, isn't it, for 5 apiece? Yeah. How do I select off the bottom bar? This is something else I entirely forget. I'll figure it out later. Okay, and then we'll have a second line up here. We should make the 2 of them at the minute because... In fact, I will tweak the way I've worked this. Pick this back up. We need to get water to the boilers. The boilers are going to need... Is there a limit to how much can go through a pipe? I forget. The boilers need access for coal. So we can have another one over here, and then this can output steam up here. We can always move and expand things later. That needs coal, which we don't have any of in a minute. And we're going to need loads of those anyway. Now we're going to need more wood. More wood, more copper, more everything. Basically the way things always work in Factorio, we need more. Always more, forever more. I think these 2 have stopped due to being full. If there's a way to transfer over just like a set amount, like move over 10 or 5. Let's grab some wood. I think there's some directly beneath us, isn't there? Yeah. More trees over here. Okay. Let's make ourselves a second one of these. We ran out of pipe. I don't want to remove that one. Okay. Let's make a minor tweak to this. That's not going to work. We'd need to move these up some more. What I wanted to do was allow a space for a belt to go through, but to either side. This is always the way. I underestimate how much space things take in all games like this. Forcing me to rejigger things. There we go. Now we can get a belt between the two of them. Okay, good. Right. That's why we were doing it this way. Now they added a thing. That's ghost add. Not what we wanted. Give me that back. I know there's a way in which you can get this so that it only places at the maximum of range, which I think it was actually doing anyway. Because if you click and drag, yeah, I think you just click and drag. Nice and simple. Bring that up there, and then I want to bring this down here as well so we can get to the coal. Right, pick up out of here. I am going to have to remind myself of the buttons between episodes. Did I just accidentally pull all the coal out of these? I did, bollocks. Actually, we may have enough resources that we can switch over to electric. Let's see, we can make 6 of them. Middle click to clear. There's got to be a way to do that without needing to drag it. Don't know. There must be. Okay, so I want 2 in the coal. Do I mind if these overlap? I don't mind if these overlap. Just so that they're running. Yeah, that is going to need to be one forward. Have one there, one there. One there, one there. Connect these up. Connect these up. Okay, we'll worry about the specifics of that in a bit. Let's throw all of this coal into our boilers so we can get all of those running. Coal, stack of coal. Right, how many belts can we make? None at the minute. We can make no belts. These should not be running at 100% efficiency. I don't think they are, but they shouldn't be. Okay, there we go, they've slowed down. So I think that just means that they've now saturated up the pipes. So now they're only using as much as they need to. They did change fluid dynamics. They've changed a bunch of things since the last time I played. I think the last time I played was on the release of 1.0. I think it was on the release of 1.0. Just so that we can get this iron sorted quickly. Stack in there, stack in there, stack in there, stack in there. Okay. We need to have the coal coming up here. We can move these things if we need to, or snake things around. They don't need to be permanently set up for now. Let me actually figure this out a little. How do I add the overlays? There they are. Pollution. I don't know where the biters are or if they're biters. Right, belts. We don't have an easy way to cross the belts over, so the coal will have to come over here and double back in itself. We don't have access to long arm inserters at the minute, do we? No. We're not going to be outputting the iron just yet. So I don't think we need to be too concerned about that. These are going to need coal. Okay. Right, let's rip up all of these. Do a similar thing over here. The reason I'm leaving a gap in the middle is because I know that the 2 upgraded versions of these are 3x3. Okay, and then we're going to need to bring the coal into these. One problem we have at the minute is we don't really have a splitter. I think that's logistics. Yeah, a different logistics thing that's needed. We can still throw all this stuff in manually. Let's keep 2 stacks of that. Doesn't this stack up to 100 in here? No, okay. Thinking of something else. Right, let's collect all this coal. We'll shift this later just so that we can get the this all running. And what we'll do is we will this may not move things quick enough. We'll see. Need more. Again, we can just temporarily load these up manually. Keep that lot. Give me your iron plates. Let's go refuel the boilers. Okay. Suppose while we're here, at that. Okay, now we can consider expanding this. We're going to need to one way or another, we know that much. I highly doubt the speed at which this is producing coal is going to be enough for everything that we have, so we're going to need more iron. Oh, we also didn't actually even put the inserters on this side. We're going to need more inserters first. We need to expand this out by one. A not insignificant amount of this is all supposed to be temporary. I don't believe we have access to the basic auto crafters yet, no. Let's check. Okay, that doesn't need stone brick. We should set up another mine or another few miners to start mining stone. Okay, there we go. Is the automation all ready? Now we just need to saturate it with additional mining. And we are still making a metric crap ton of this lot. I think I went too high. We did go a little too high. So the first thing we're going to need to do is increase our coal output, then we'll increase our iron output. And then we can potentially start looking at what we may start for research. Oops, they do not actually want to be that close. Double coal. We currently don't need that much copper, it's the iron that's we're going to need loads of. Double iron. I don't think they ever changed this so that you could specifically tell it only harvest this particular material. Reason being this little bit here. We don't have a we could put it all in a chest, but at the minute we don't have a filtered. Is it a filtered sorting? We don't have a arm thing that can select between the two different resources here. So we'll just try to carefully line up the stone and put it in a box, because we will need it. Do I want to force this to be on? I think I do. Let me tweak this. There we go. Mining drill, production. Okay, so we're not even using half production at the minute, that's fine. We should, however, get some radar up. Maybe make some more ammunition. Because again, I don't know the state of the biters in this game. Or in this rando. Good. We are stockpiling, sorry for the people not on ultra wide or triple wide. We are in fact stockpiling coal. Oh, we did however build this wrong. We're only using one of the boilers in the minute, but the goal or the point was it was supposed to do that. And we can strip down this bit. We have made our first one. Let's have it in the middle of no man's land for the time being. Let's put it here. The kind of range we're talking about in these things. 45 minutes in. We could start making our labs. We will need to manually make the potions, but that's fine. Okay, good. We've saturated iron again now. So we can increase our output of this by making more of these. time being, all of this will be manual, so what we'll do is we'll just sit them underneath here. Automation science bags. We really need long arm inserters to be able to properly start automating some of this. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should be 50 of. Okay, let's have a look at our tech trees. So, that is good that these have just been dumped. These appear to be always the first two that you can get, and they don't appear to be elsewhere. And yeah, these aren't telling us what they are. The arrow means that they're considered a logical advancement. So let's get the important things to us first. So we'll start researching that. Sorry about that, I had to step away from the computer for a minute. I don't know whether or not logging out paused the game. I guess I'll find out in the edit. I mean, it's night time now, it obviously didn't pause the game. Does appear to have paused the crafting that was going on in our inventory though. So let's put half a stack in there, half a stack in there. Okay, there's the progress our radar is making. Fairly sure the radar reveals biters, so, or biter nests, so let's just make a run over in this direction. We have made an advancement. Automation. Okay, let's get the next thing that we know we're going to need. That's interesting. So the rocket silo was in our game, as is apparently some of the shell upgrades, but most of the other things are not. The thing that concerns me is whether or not any of these are soul totems. There's still a lot of progression upgrades, but I really don't want any of them to be soul totems. Okay, if we wander off this way. Okay, good. We've got some trees here to block the pollution. Okay, that answers that question. There are biters. Here they are. And our pollution is getting dangerously close to them, so we are going to have to start dealing with them soon. For the time being, we're going to have to manually deal with them. Okay. That gives us that. We are going to need to start automating our science production, because this first one is going to take 66. Okay, let's get the plates. Just confirm what we got from Logistics 1. Excellent, long arm inserters, so we can properly automate this stuff now, because we can now move or place things on belts over the top of them and go underneath them. We actually have splitters, so we don't need to do this nonsense anymore. Okay. This obviously is not going to be enough room to do this in the long term. We are going to need more of them, but for the time being, just to get things going, this works absolutely fine. Do we really only have the 2 of them? Can I craft 50? Let's have power related stuff. Or power and pipes on here. And we can put machines on a later one. Ah yes, when we research something we get a single piece or a single version of it for free. Let's go over to 3. On 3 we will put down them over there. Drill, burner. What do I want on this side? Put that there. There's 3 versions of this. Time being, we can pick these up now. Let's make a second radar just so that I can plop it on here as well. Inserters can go on. There's going to be a whole bunch of different types of them. Actually, let's put these over here. For the time being, we'll put the inserters here. Right, and then we can pull off from here. Make ourselves a few of those. I think the long arm inserters actually use the normal inserters as materials, so we're going to want to make some additional normal inserters as well. Wants to be there. Okay. I think we will leave it there for an episode. We have all sorts of basic automation running. Actually, let's try and finish off. We do have one. Let's try and finish off. Throwing copper. This one research. Let's cancel those. Did we end up getting one of them, or did we cancel it before we did? We cancelled it before we did. Okay, that's fine. More or less, this is running at 1-to-1, I think. Okay, when that's done, let's get a second one running. Just so that we've unlocked something for a different game. Should in theory mean that they'll be waiting for us when we start that game. And while we're waiting, it did end up consuming all the belts. I thought it might do. Never mind. Ooh, oil. Yeah, this is by far our nearest biter nest. There's another one. Going a while to wait until we need to worry about that one. This one here is going to be a problem. Hopefully we will find, we'll have to keep an eye out for it, but we would be looking for walls or basic defences. Because at the minute all we have is a gun, which will deal with small waves, but it does mean that I'm going to have to manually deal with those waves. Do I want to connect these up together first? I think we will. And do the same here. I do remember that copper production can be quite the pain in the arse. Okay, so what is AP0111? It's a mask shard for Hollow Knight. Okay, so we will leave it there for today. We'll tell it to start working on the next progression thing. AP6. AP2. Yeah. Well, it says to work on the next expensive progression thing. But otherwise, we will leave it there for the day. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back again on Wednesday when we will start Hollow Knight. So hopefully, we'll see you next time. Cheerio.